All right, so let's go back to ns config and run services again so that we can check for something else. Yes, ns config again. You think I need to let me consider routes. Let me close some of this one. Yes, if you have not closed your own, because my own close, and just continue. So let's go to ms config again. ms console. This is supposed to be ms console, not cos. Console. All right, so let's see. So let's check. You run service again. Now I want to exploit SQL. My SQL, as we all, SQL is a very important domain to launch an exploit because it is a place that stores data. So now we are checking for this. So, but let's run this, and then we'll run service again. No, ms config. Then we'll trace this one. Let me see the outcome of my ms console. Then wait, so I'm looking at what's going to be sure of the code. MS console. Okay, sorry. There are two things I highlighted here, and the run was services. Yes, we are running service. Yes, we want to get another exploit before we. But we are targeting SQL now. So let me go to where I have SQL. Let me check if I get it faster. SQL. So you run this code to search for SQL, my SQL. But you run search and yes, my SQL thinking. After services. Yes. Search for my SQL. What do you get? Let me see what's your own visa first. Let me see. My SQL, so let me see my search my SQL. slash my SQL. So let me check the top. Slash for my SQL. Let me trace so that we can actually launch anyone. My SQL login. My SQL login. Check. Have you find it? In my SQL login. So what I use number 10. That means I've chosen to number 10 to find that to access my SQL login module. So just say use 10. Let's see what. Yes, just select use 10 because we want to do I'll place to that number 10. So just so let's use 10 to what we're going to get. Okay, so for figure, now we do info, run info about it to get more information about the targets. So we run info as well. Then once you run info, so let's run this is the outcome of the info. So I want us to look at I want you to focus on that description section where it says the description section. The description. Yeah. This module exploits and what? SQL injection, vulnerability, transfer web application. So I believe you must have heard of SQL injection. You know, most websites, this is what they use in taking over the back end of websites. So when we are hosting websites, we buy a security feature to go against it because somebody can just inject and take data from your back end without even knowing. That is what we are trying to exploit here now. So now, this is where we are now. So remember, I say what notes. Use the default word user. So there is a password that we use. So the default is what? Password. So default is that is your username is root, your password is blank. But you can set user easily. So we are going to set user to if you don't want to use default user root, you run this code so that you set it to what uh, a defined name. That is your own name. The word password will still be what blank. So this is what I did here now. I set what set user to let's say Atimbas, and then you can see that what the user is already set to Atimba. Then you now use the password to log in. Yes. You want to write this now. Let's write it out and go and apply it together. Okay, so let's go. So what was the last code we ran? And this was info, abi? Was it info? This was
No, it was a search.
this is results of okay, the search was that was option now.
Oh,
Have we run option?
no,
So no run, this is info, right? This is info. Then after info, this is where I'm saying that we should set what user before we run what options. So let's quickly set that user. So let's say set username, let's say Prosper. Then you know that what username is now Prosper, then you run option. Yes, options. Okay, so after option, the next thing is for us to run, is for us to with username. Let me start from here. Okay, this is what we need now. I mean, this is the option we run now. Then this is where I set it to root because we're set to what to look like alternative. Well, now we have set to what prosper, so we just go straight here. So we run what exploit and press enter or run as usual. So let's run exploit. So let me run the exploits. Say to what validates. Okay, let's set to that root. Set user name to root. Let's set username to root. And then run exploits. Do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we omitted let's be sure that set username roots. Correct. Okay. Exploit and enter. This is supposed to we have to pass. Let's see. Maybe it's only something. Right. No, the format is correct. It just what is not we made the other one work. Let me see if we will slip it to the other step. It's not able to fetch that information. Yeah, I'll just fall back to default and let's see. Is it coming? Okay. Education. Let me start with opening with exploit. Doing error, right?
Wrong password.
No, that's When I ran into that order that's work. Okay, what you have so. What did you run with your own Chinedu? Have you previous one? Once this one, if this one is able to, where is it? With this one will produce this information. Then after you confirm that, then you run this one. You run this one. This is what you are going to run. So this code means that you are connecting to the MySQL database.
When you run this one, you get this interface.
No, when you run this one, this is the one that is not working now. Once you run this one, you should see an interface like this that says the machine, the target machine you exploit, and then this. Then once you confirm this, you run this one. You understand?
This interface.
Yes. This one is just explanation.
Yeah.
This is the code you are running. Now, once you run that code, you now run MySQL query. So this one now you have already started selecting. That means you already pulling information from the database already. These are database you are showing.
Let's write it.
Yes, yeah, write everything down. Then you try it at home. All this will work. That is why I was able to get the pictures like this. If I start my system and start, it take time. So once you restart your system and start your generating, you also.
In a real world,
Yes.
you will not answer like this.
To answer now. In as much as
Now run my SQL query, show database.
yes,
All together.
when you run this one now,
It will show.
it will bring this.
Okay.
What we are seeing here now, these are database name, OWASP, all these are different database name. Look at the code we ran here, MySQL query. That will bring it. Then you will now run this one. Let's say we want to use OWASP database. Let's say we want to use OWASP database. You will now select that that you run MySQL query to bring out the list of them. You see OWASP 10. Then you now you were using number now, use 3, use 4. Then you now say use OWASP 10. So once you select that, once you run that code, you now write, once you are in database, you now say show table. By then, you are already in. That OWASP 10 is the name of what database. So you are in already. So you now display the tables in the database. These are the list of what tables in the database. Yeah, right? Let's say we want to use this. So this you're not writing this. What you are writing is this. Use OWASP 10. That is the code you are going to write, which shows that you are using this database.
You are using the OWASP 10, right?
Good, exactly. So this is where you see the syntax. Use OWASP 10. This is the syntax you're going to run. You're not going to run anything here. This one is just to explain that. You're going to explain this particular line. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, here, once you are in, that one is to view database. Now, database comprises of what? Tables. So here, you now run what? Show table. Look at it here. Show tables. So you can run only this one, or you just come here and click it. You can just write this one, show table. So you can see that it's showing what? MySQL OWASP 10 to show that you are already in. So from there, you want to display the name of the table. So we have accounts at the table. We have block table. We have capture data. We have credit card. We have hit log. All these are names of what? Tables in that OWASP 10 database. So now, the next one now, you want to select record. The information that are stored in the table. You now write what? Select. This one, you are running the whole of this code. Select asterisk means for all the record.
Oh, okay, you just write select from.
Select, good. Asterisk.
Okay, you put the asterisk.
Yes, asterisk is there, part of the code. Asterisk means you are selecting all the record in the table. From the name of the table that, this table name was displayed among those ones. So you can try other one. Yes. So that will now output all the records.
So we'll not put that flag back.
Yes, yes, yeah. Whenever you are writing SQL code, you must put it to show that you are. So look at this. We are not writing this quotation. It's from here that you have to copy, so I cannot confuse you. Everything within this area.
Go to the last one.
This one here.
Yes.
This is where you show the list of tables. So you can see that this credit card now, you can, when you fill that one, you can come back and say, okay, I want to check, capture what? Data. Okay. Now, before taking this one. So that is the last one, which means that you have successfully hacked this website what? Database for you to be seeing this record from your end. So the next one, I didn't if this work now. This is what will be another way of breaking into what system. This one we are using now is under Metasploit. Remember, all these attack launching, they are under what? Metasploit as one of the methods. So we have brute force. Remember, we mentioned brute force before. We have brute force. So once if this one goes well, I'll try and confirm it also on my own. So you just go through this one.
Click in that one.
Which one?
Select record from table.
This one, yes. So I'll try and go through it as work, but this is not the system I use. I use my other laptop. So I believe if you restart your system and follow the steps, it will work. And it will work. That means you have successfully broken into SQL database for you to have seen these records. Yes, yes. They never book all class for the last 3 weeks. But you know that before they even subscribe for this video, they miss a lot of classes.